like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Taking in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now ETN to start the drive.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 19 carries, 137 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Check, opposite. On second down, a run with ETN.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, right back to ETN.
And able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on second down, Lawrence. Ebron caught left side.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And now third down and 6 to go.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
On third down, Lawrence.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Will Fuller back deep to return. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
So here are the Titans now for their first drive.
And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 24 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. This defense for the Jags, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll drop to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Multiple plays combined for their team's first sack of the game. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. They're riding a two-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis.
The number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw.
This throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Zay Jones,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Kirk now to kick this one away.
And no thought to bring the... down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Tennessee offense set to go again. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Henry running right. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
The Titans at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready?
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick 6.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were moving more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
Fielded right around the 8.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick 6. So dealing with this deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Travis Etienne, 94 yards. And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now 21-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Titans offense now. They work their way back onto the field.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run a draw now with Singletary.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And a return across midfield into the 40. This will be a win for Jacksonville. And we talked so much about the turnover battle.